Imagine a world where leadership isn't about power, but about sacrifice. A world where a leader chooses the hard ground over a presidential palace. A world where true strength is measured not by what you possess, but by what you're willing to give up. This is the story of Ibrahim Traoré, a name that echoes with hope and resonates with the heartbeat of a continent yearning for change. He could have had it all: the comfort, the security, the unquestioned authority that comes with the highest office. But he chose something else. He chose to sleep under the stars. Why? Because for Ibrahim Traoré, leadership isn't a title, it's a testament, a daily vow to stand with the people, to feel their struggles, to share their burdens. Picture this: the cool night air, the vast expanse of the African sky, and a leader, not in a lavish bed, but on the bare earth, connecting with the very soul of his nation. This wasn't a publicity stunt. This wasn't a calculated move for political gain. This was a man, stripped bare of pretense, showing his people, "I am one of you." His actions spoke louder than any words ever could. They whispered of integrity, of humility, of a profound connection to the land and its people. And across Africa, people listened. They saw in Ibrahim Traoré a reflection of their own hopes, their own dreams, their own unwavering belief in a better future. He became a symbol, a beacon of light in a world often shrouded in darkness. But it wasn't just about sleeping outdoors. It was about challenging the status quo. It was about confronting the entrenched systems of power that had held Africa back for far too long. Ibrahim Traoré dared to question the excesses, the corruption, the self-serving agendas that had become synonymous with leadership in so many places. He said, "Enough." He showed that true leadership isn't about enriching oneself, but about empowering others. It's not about building walls, but about building bridges. It's not about clinging to power, but about sharing it with the people. And that message resonated deeply, powerfully across the entire African continent. Imagine a young girl in a small village, her eyes filled with dreams, but her path blocked by seemingly insurmountable obstacles. She hears about Ibrahim Traoré, about his courage, about his unwavering commitment to his people, and suddenly her dreams seem a little closer. Her path seems a little clearer. She realizes that anything is possible if you have the courage to believe in yourself and the strength to fight for what's right. That's the power of Ibrahim Traoré's leadership. It's not just about politics. It's about inspiration. It's about igniting the fire within each and every one of us to become the best versions of ourselves. He understood that true change doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the bottom up. It comes from empowering individuals, from giving them the tools they need to succeed, from creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. And that's why he chose to sleep outdoors, to show his people that he was willing to sacrifice everything for them, to demonstrate that he was one of them and that he would never forget where he came from. He knew that leadership is not about commanding respect. It's about earning it. It's about building trust and fostering a sense of shared purpose. And he did that one night under the stars at a time. Think about the impact of such a simple act. A leader choosing to forego comfort, to embrace hardship, to connect with his people on a deeply personal level. It's a powerful message, a message that transcends borders and cultures. It's a message that speaks to the universal human desire for authentic leadership, for leaders who are willing to put the needs of their people above their own. Ibrahim Traoré understood that true power lies not in the hands of the few, but in the hearts of the many. He believed in the power of collective action, in the ability of ordinary people to achieve extraordinary things, and he inspired them to do just that. He showed them that they were not powerless, that they had a voice, and that their voices mattered. He gave them hope in a world that often seemed hopeless. He gave them courage to stand up for what they believed in. He gave them the strength to build a better future for themselves and for their children. And that's why he is so beloved, not just in Burkina Faso, but across the entire African continent. He is a symbol of hope, a beacon of light, a testament to the power of authentic leadership. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and his story is just beginning. Imagine the conversations that rippled through villages and cities, the hushed tones of admiration, the spark of hope ignited in weary eyes. He sleeps outside for us. The words carried the weight of 1,000 promises, unspoken yet deeply felt. This wasn't just news. It was a revelation. A leader who felt the sting of the same mosquitoes, the chill of the same night air, the weight of the same anxieties. It was a visceral connection, a shared experience that transcended the usual barriers between the powerful and the powerless. And with each passing night, as Ibrahim Traoré continued his unconventional protest, the message became clearer, more potent. He wasn't just rejecting presidential comfort. He was rejecting the entire culture of excess and entitlement that had plagued African politics for generations. He was saying, "We deserve better." He was saying, "Our leaders should serve us, not the other way around." He was saying, "The time for change is now," and people listened. They saw in his actions a reflection of their own frustrations, their own aspirations, their own unwavering belief in the possibility of a better Africa. He became a lightning rod, attracting the energy of millions who had long felt ignored and disenfranchised. He became a catalyst, sparking a movement that demanded accountability, transparency, and genuine service from its leaders. He became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. But it wasn't just about symbolism. It was about substance. Ibrahim Traoré understood that true leadership requires more than just words and gestures. It requires action, and he acted. He challenged the entrenched systems of corruption that had siphoned off resources and stifled development. He prioritized education, recognizing that it is the key to unlocking human potential and building a brighter future. He invested in healthcare, ensuring that all citizens had access to the basic services they needed to live healthy and productive lives. He promoted economic development, creating opportunities for people to lift themselves out of poverty and build prosperous communities. He fostered a sense of national unity, bringing together people from different backgrounds and perspectives to work towards a common goal. He understood that true leadership is about empowering others, not about controlling them. It's about creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, not just a select few. And that's why his leadership resonated so deeply with people across Africa. They saw in him a leader who was truly committed to their well-being, a leader who was willing to put their needs above his own, a leader who was genuinely trying to make a difference. Imagine the conversations around dinner tables, the debates in community centers, the passionate discussions in universities. Ibrahim Traoré's actions sparked a continent-wide conversation about what it means to be a leader, about what it means to serve the people, about what it means to build a better Africa. He challenged the old paradigms, the old assumptions, the old ways of doing things. He forced people to think critically about the kind of leadership they wanted, the kind of future they envisioned. He inspired them to demand more from their leaders, to hold them accountable for their actions, to participate actively in the political process. He empowered them to become agents of change, to take ownership of their own destinies, to build the Africa they deserved. And that's why his legacy will endure, long after he is gone. He will be remembered as the leader who dared to sleep outdoors, the leader who challenged the status quo, the leader who inspired a continent to dream of a better future. He will be remembered as Ibrahim Traoré, the man who put the people first. Think about the ripple effect of his actions. A leader in one country, inspiring leaders in other countries to adopt a more selfless, more service-oriented approach to governance. A leader in one community, inspiring leaders in other communities to prioritize the needs of their constituents, to work collaboratively to solve problems, to build stronger, more resilient societies. A leader in one family, inspiring leaders in other families to instill values of integrity, compassion, and service in their children, to raise a new generation of leaders who are committed to making a positive impact on the world. That's the power of inspiration. It spreads like wildfire, igniting the hearts and minds of people everywhere, empowering them to become the best versions of themselves. And Ibrahim Traoré is a master of inspiration. He understands that true leadership is not about telling people what to do. It's about showing them what's possible. It's about leading by example, demonstrating the kind of behavior you want to see in others. He knows that people are more likely to follow a leader who is authentic, who is genuine, who is willing to be vulnerable. He understands that true leadership is about building relationships, about connecting with people on a human level, about fostering a sense of trust and mutual respect. And he does all of these things effortlessly, naturally, authentically. That's why he is so effective, so influential, so beloved. He is not just a leader, he is a role model. He is a mentor. He is an inspiration. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is changing the world one night under the stars at a time. Consider the symbolism of choosing to sleep outdoors. It's a rejection of the trappings of power, the gilded cages that often isolate leaders from the realities of everyday life. It's a deliberate act of humility, a conscious decision to connect with the people on their own terms. It's a powerful statement, a visual representation of the leader's commitment to serving the people, to understanding their struggles, to sharing their burdens. It's a reminder that true leadership is not about privilege, it's about responsibility. It's not about entitlement, it's about service. It's not about power, it's about empowerment. And that message resonates deeply with people who have long felt ignored, marginalized, and forgotten. They see in Ibrahim Traoré a leader who understands their pain, who shares their hopes, who is willing to fight for their dreams. They see in him a leader who is truly one of them, and that's why they are willing to follow him, to support him, to believe in him, because they know that he is not just leading them, he is walking with them. He is sharing their journey. He is fighting their fight. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is their leader. Think about the courage it takes to defy convention, to challenge the established order, to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular, even when it's difficult, even when it's dangerous. It takes a special kind of person, a person with unwavering conviction, a person with boundless compassion, a person with an unshakable belief in the power of good. Ibrahim Traoré is that person. He is not afraid to speak truth to power, to call out injustice, to demand accountability. He is not afraid to take risks, to challenge the status quo, to push the boundaries of what's possible. He is not afraid to fail, because he knows that failure is just an opportunity to learn and grow. He is not afraid to be vulnerable, to show his emotions, to connect with people on a human level. He is not afraid to be himself, authentic, genuine, real. And that's why people trust him, respect him, admire him, because they know that he is not trying to be someone he's not. He is simply being Ibrahim Traoré, a leader who is committed to serving the people, to building a better Africa, to making the world a better place. and that's why he is so inspiring. He shows us that it's possible to be a leader without compromising your values, without sacrificing your integrity, without losing your soul. He shows us that it's possible to be a force for good in the world, no matter how difficult the challenges may seem. He shows us that it's possible to make a difference, one night under the stars at a time. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is a true inspiration to us all. Reflect on the idea of leadership as service. It's a concept that has been lost in many parts of the world, where leadership has become synonymous with power, privilege, and self-interest. But in Africa, and in the example of Ibrahim Traoré, we see a different model of leadership, a model that is rooted in the values of humility, compassion, and service, a model that recognizes that true leaders are not those who seek to control others, but those who seek to empower them, a model that understands that true power lies not in the hands of the few, but in the hearts of the many. A model that believes that true progress is only possible when everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is the kind of leadership that Africa needs, and this is the kind of leadership that Ibrahim Traoré embodies. He is not just a leader, he is a servant. He is not just a politician, he is a humanitarian. He is not just a president, he is a shepherd. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is leading his people towards a brighter future. Consider the long-term implications of his actions. He is not just addressing the immediate challenges facing his country, he is laying the foundation for a more just, more equitable, more sustainable future. He is investing in education, ensuring that future generations have the skills and knowledge they need to succeed. He is promoting economic development, creating opportunities for people to lift themselves out of poverty and build prosperous communities. He is strengthening democratic institutions, ensuring that the government is accountable to the people. He is fostering a sense of national unity, bringing together people from different backgrounds and perspectives to work towards a common goal. He is building a legacy that will endure for generations to come. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is building a better Africa, one brick at a time. Think about the impact he is having on young people. They see in him a leader who is authentic, who is genuine, who is committed to their well-being. They see in him a leader who is not afraid to challenge the status quo, to stand up for what he believes in, to fight for their future. They see in him a leader who is inspiring them to become the best versions of themselves, to pursue their dreams, to make a difference in the world. He is giving them hope. He is giving them courage. He is giving them the tools they need to succeed. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is shaping the future of Africa, one young person at a time. Imagine a world filled with leaders like Ibrahim Traoré, leaders who are committed to serving the people, leaders who are willing to sacrifice their own comfort for the greater good, leaders who are inspiring others to become the best versions of themselves. What a different world it would be. A world of peace, a world of justice, a world of prosperity, a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is the world that Ibrahim Traoré is working to create, and it is a world that we can all help to build. Let us be inspired by his example. Let us follow his lead. Let us work together to create a better future for all. Let us be the change we want to see in the world. Let us be Ibrahim Traoré. His actions weren't just symbolic. They were a direct challenge to the culture of corruption and self-enrichment that had plagued African politics for far too long. By choosing to sleep outdoors, he was sending a clear message that he was not interested in the trappings of power, that he was more concerned with the needs of his people than with his own comfort. This resonated deeply with ordinary Africans who had grown weary of leaders who seemed more interested in lining their own pockets than in serving the public good. They saw in Traoré a leader who was different, a leader who was willing to sacrifice for them, a leader who was truly one of them. But his challenge to the status quo went beyond mere symbolism. He also took concrete steps to combat corruption and promote good governance. He implemented reforms to increase transparency and accountability in government. He cracked down on corrupt officials, and he worked to strengthen the rule of law. These actions were not always popular with the political establishment, but they were essential to building a more just and equitable society. And they earned him the respect and admiration of ordinary Africans who saw in him a leader who was truly committed to fighting for their interests. His impact extends far beyond the borders of his own country. He has become a symbol of hope for Africans across the continent who are yearning for leaders who are honest, accountable, and committed to serving the people. He has shown that it is possible to lead with integrity, even in the face of immense challenges. He has demonstrated that it is possible to make a difference, even when the odds are stacked against you. And he has inspired a new generation of African leaders to embrace a more selfless and service-oriented approach to governance. His legacy will be felt for generations to come. He will be remembered as the leader who dared to challenge the status quo, the leader who put the needs of his people first, the leader who inspired a continent to dream of a better future. He is Ibrahim Traoré, and he is a true hero of Africa. What if we all embraced this spirit of selfless service? What if we all put the needs of others before our own? What if we all strived to be leaders in our own communities, in our own families, in our own lives? Imagine the positive impact we could have on the world. We could eradicate poverty, we could end hunger, we could create a more just and equitable society for all. We could build a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is not just a dream, it is a possibility. But it requires us to change our mindset, to embrace a new way of thinking about leadership, to commit ourselves to serving others. It requires us to be Ibrahim Traoré. Let us rise to the challenge. Let us embrace the spirit of selfless service. Let us build a better world together. His story is a powerful reminder that leadership is not about power, it's about responsibility. It's not about privilege, it's about service. It's not about self-interest, it's about the common good. It's about putting the needs of others before your own, about standing up for what's right, about fighting for a better future. It's about being Ibrahim Traoré. Let us all strive to be leaders in our own lives. Let us all commit ourselves to serving others. Let us all work together to build a better world. The world needs more leaders like Ibrahim Traoré. Leaders who are willing to sacrifice. Leaders who are compassionate. Leaders who are committed to serving the people. Let us all be inspired by his example. Let us all follow his lead. Let us all make a difference in the world. Let us all be Ibrahim Traoré. His choice to sleep outdoors wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It was a profound act of solidarity. It was a way of saying to his people, I am with you. I understand your struggles. I share your burdens. It was a way of bridging the gap between the leader and the led, of breaking down the barriers of power and privilege, of creating a sense of shared humanity. It was a way of reminding everyone that we are all in this together, that we all have a responsibility to care for one another, that we all have a role to play in building a better future. It was a way of embodying the true meaning of leadership, which is not about commanding but about serving, not about controlling but about empowering, not about taking but about giving. It was about being Ibrahim Traoré. Let us all strive to be leaders who are connected to the people, who understand their struggles, who share their burdens. Let us all be leaders who are willing to sacrifice for the common good, who are committed to serving others, who are dedicated to building a better future. Let us all be Ibrahim Traoré. His story is a testament to the power of authenticity. In a world filled with politicians who are polished, scripted, and seemingly devoid of genuine emotion, Ibrahim Traoré stands out as a leader who is real, who is raw, who is unapologetically himself. He doesn't try to be someone he's not. He doesn't pretend to have all the answers. He doesn't shy away from difficult conversations. He is simply Ibrahim Traoré, a man who is deeply committed to his people, a man who is willing to fight for what he believes in, a man who is inspiring a continent to dream of a better future. And that authenticity is what makes him so compelling, so relatable, so beloved. People are drawn to leaders who are genuine, who are honest, who are transparent. They are tired of politicians who are fake, who are manipulative, who are only interested in their own self-interest. They are yearning for leaders who are real, who are human, who are willing to connect with them on a personal level. They are yearning for Ibrahim Traoré. Let us all strive to be authentic leaders, leaders who are true to ourselves, leaders who are honest with others, leaders who are transparent in our actions. Let us all be leaders who are willing to be vulnerable, to show our emotions, to connect with people on a human level. Let us all be Ibrahim Traoré. His leadership is a reminder that true power comes not from authority, but from influence. It's not about forcing people to do what you want. It's about inspiring them to want to do it themselves. It's about creating a vision that people can believe in, about building a movement that people can join, about empowering people to take ownership of their own destinies. It's about being Ibrahim Traoré. Let us all strive to be leaders who are influential, leaders who can inspire others to action, leaders who can create a shared vision for the future. Let us all be leaders who empower others, leaders who give people the tools they need to succeed, leaders who create opportunities for people to reach their full potential. Let us all be Ibrahim Traoré. His story is a call to action, a challenge to all of us to step up and become the leaders that the world needs. It's a reminder that leadership is not just for politicians, it's for everyone. It's for teachers, it's for parents, it's for students, it's for activists, it's for entrepreneurs, it's for anyone who wants to make a difference in the world. It's about being Ibrahim Traoré, in your own way, in your own sphere of influence. Let us all answer that call. Let us all embrace our leadership potential. Let us all work together to build a better future for all. Let us all be Ibrahim Traoré. The act of choosing discomfort, of deliberately stepping outside the gilded cage of privilege, speaks volumes. It resonates with a primal understanding of sacrifice, a willingness to share in the hardships faced by those one purports to lead. In a world increasingly defined by opulence and self-interest, such gestures cut through the noise, demanding attention and sparking a profound shift in perspective. Consider the symbolism inherent in forsaking the trappings of power. A leader, typically ensconced in lavish surroundings, shielded from the realities of everyday life, suddenly chooses to experience the elements, to feel the hard ground beneath them, to be exposed to the vulnerabilities shared by the common person. This isn't merely a symbolic act. It's a visceral demonstration of empathy, a tangible expression of solidarity. It bridges the gap between the rulers and the ruled, fostering a sense of shared humanity. The power of such a protest lies in its simplicity. It requires no grand pronouncements, no complex policy proposals, no armies of spin doctors to craft a favorable narrative. It is, in its essence, an unadulterated act of defiance against the status quo, a silent yet deafening condemnation of the excesses and inequalities that plague so many societies. It strips away the veneer of legitimacy that often masks corruption and self-serving agendas, revealing the stark contrast between the lives of the elite and the struggles of the ordinary citizen. But why does this resonate so deeply? Why does the image of a leader sleeping under the stars evoke such a powerful response? Perhaps it's because it taps into a deep-seated yearning for authenticity, a longing for leaders who are not merely figureheads, but genuine servants of the people. In an age of manufactured images and carefully curated personas, such acts of genuine humility and selflessness stand out as beacons of hope, reminding us that true leadership is not about personal gain but about the well-being of the community. Furthermore, the act of choosing discomfort challenges the very notion of power itself. It suggests that true strength lies not in the accumulation of wealth and privilege, but in the willingness to relinquish them, to embrace vulnerability, and to stand in solidarity with those who are marginalized and oppressed. It redefines leadership not as a position of authority, but as a responsibility to serve, to advocate, and to fight for a more just and equitable world. Of course, such acts are not without their critics. Some may dismiss them as mere theatrics, cynical ploys designed to garner public approval. Others may question the leader's motives, suggesting that the protest is merely a smokescreen to conceal deeper, more self-serving agendas. And still others may argue that such gestures are ultimately ineffective, that they do little to address the systemic problems that perpetuate inequality and injustice. However, even if these criticisms hold some merit, they cannot diminish the inherent power of the act itself. Regardless of the leader's motives, the image of someone in a position of power, choosing to forego comfort and luxury, resonates with a universal desire for fairness and equality. It sparks a conversation, raises awareness, and challenges the prevailing norms. And in a world where complacency and apathy often reign supreme, such acts of defiance can be catalysts for meaningful change. The impact of such a protest extends far beyond the immediate moment. It plants a seed of doubt in the minds of the powerful, forcing them to confront the consequences of their actions and to consider the impact of their decisions on the lives of ordinary people. It inspires others to speak out against injustice, to challenge the status quo, and to demand a more accountable and transparent government. And it creates a ripple effect, empowering individuals and communities to take control of their own destinies and to build a more just and equitable world. The story of a leader choosing to sleep outside is not merely a tale of individual sacrifice. It is a testament to the enduring power of empathy, the transformative potential of solidarity, and the unwavering pursuit of a more just and equitable world. It reminds us that true leadership is not about personal gain, but about the well-being of the community, and that even the smallest act of defiance can spark a revolution. It is a story that should inspire us all to question the status quo, to challenge injustice, and to strive for a world where everyone has the opportunity to live a life of dignity and purpose. Let us consider the broader implications of this act of defiance. It is not simply about one person's choice to sleep outdoors. It is about the fundamental relationship between leaders and the people they serve. It is about accountability, transparency, and the responsibility to act in the best interests of the community. It is about challenging the culture of entitlement and privilege that often pervades the corridors of power and demanding a more equitable distribution of resources and opportunities. In many societies, there is a growing disconnect between the ruling elite and the ordinary citizens. Leaders become insulated from the realities of everyday life, surrounded by sycophants and shielded from criticism. They lose touch with the struggles of those they are supposed to represent, and their decisions often reflect their own self-interests rather than the needs of the community. This disconnect breeds resentment, distrust, and ultimately instability. The act of choosing discomfort, of deliberately stepping outside the bubble of privilege, is a powerful way to bridge this gap. It sends a message that the leader is not above the people, that they are willing to share in their hardships, and that they are committed to understanding their concerns. It fosters a sense of trust and solidarity, which is essential for building a strong and cohesive society. Furthermore, such acts of defiance can serve as a powerful check on corruption and abuse of power. When leaders are willing to hold themselves accountable and to subject themselves to the same standards as everyone else, it sends a clear message that corruption will not be tolerated. It empowers citizens to demand transparency and accountability from their leaders, and it creates a climate of fear for those who would seek to exploit their positions for personal gain. However, it is important to recognize that such acts are not a panacea. They are not a substitute for systemic reforms and institutional changes. They are merely a symbolic gesture, albeit a powerful one, that can help to create a more conducive environment for change. To truly address the root causes of inequality and injustice, it is necessary to implement comprehensive policies that promote economic opportunity, social mobility, and equal access to justice. This requires a fundamental shift in mindset, a recognition that the well-being of the community is inextricably linked to the well-being of each individual. It requires a commitment to investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure, and to creating a level playing field where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. It requires a willingness to challenge vested interests and to dismantle the structures of power that perpetuate inequality. The story of a leader choosing to sleep outside is a reminder that true leadership is not about personal aggrandizement, but about service to others. It is about empathy, compassion, and the unwavering pursuit of a more just and equitable world. It is a story that should inspire us all to become more engaged citizens, to demand accountability from our leaders, and to work together to build a better future for all. Ultimately, the legacy of such an act lies not in the individual's choice, but in the collective response it inspires. Does it spark a genuine dialogue about inequality and corruption? Does it empower citizens to demand more from their leaders? Does it lead to concrete changes in policy and governance? These are the questions that will determine whether the act of choosing discomfort becomes a catalyst for lasting change, or merely a fleeting moment of symbolic significance. The true measure of leadership is not in the gesture itself, but in the enduring impact it has on the lives of those it seeks to serve.